My name is Arya. I was born in a small town near Chicago, in a house that was never warm, never safe. My life began with hardship, though I didn't understand it at first. When I was born, my father Harold didn't smile. He didn't hold me or kiss me. He simply looked at me with cold, empty eyes. He had wanted a son, not a daughter. Even when I was only 8, I realized that my father didn't love me. He didn't love my mother Martha either. Many nights, he shouted, threw objects, and sometimes hurt her. The fear in our house was always thick. Then one morning, he left us. He never came back. After that, my mother worked endlessly. She cleaned the homes of wealthy people, washed their clothes, cooked their meals, and carried me with her wherever she went. I helped her fetch water, scrub floors, and serve food. Sometimes strangers left us bits of leftover bread, some cold rice, or scraps of meat. We ate it gratefully, even if it was old. Our home was tiny, broken, and cold. When it rained, water leaked from the roof, and the wind came through shattered windows. At night, my stomach growled loudly, but I stayed quiet so as not to make my mother sad. Every month the landlord came shouting, "Pay the rent or leave." My mother begged for a few extra days, but he never listened. Life was cruel, but one truth remained. I loved my mother more than anything. One particularly cold night, my mother held my hand tightly. Her eyes were tired and empty, and her voice shook. "Arya, your life will change. I have a plan," she whispered. I did not understand. She led me to a huge house, unlike anything I had ever seen. Inside, an old man sat in a leather chair, looking at me as though I were nothing. He handed my mother $5,000. My heart froze. I realized then that my mother had sold me. I grabbed her hand, crying, "Mama, take me with you." She pulled her hand away and shoved me roughly. I clung to her dress, and she pushed me to the floor. Then, she slapped me hard across my face. Her eyes were cold. "If you follow me, I will kill you," she hissed. And she left, never looking back. That night, my childhood ended. The man's name was Mr. Cole. He was wealthy but ruthless. He shouted at his employees, punished mistakes harshly, and demanded perfection. I became his servant. Each night, I polished his black car, scrubbed his floors, cleaned his office, and organized his belongings. I cried silently, but no one cared. I was just a small, frightened girl. One evening, while cleaning Mr. Cole's study, he noticed a small half-moon scar on my right arm near the elbow. He froze, staring at it for what felt like an eternity. His voice trembled as he whispered, "My daughter had the same scar. She died 15 years ago. She was about your age." I didn't know what to say. From that day, his behavior changed. He watched me more closely, often with strange, sad eyes. He asked about my life, my mother, and my father. Slowly, his voice softened, and for the first time, I felt a glimmer of hope. One day he asked, "Do you want to study, Arya?" I nodded quickly. He enrolled me in school and taught me about business, about people, and about life. He remained strict, but now there was care in his actions. Each time he glanced at my scar, I saw tears in his eyes. Perhaps he wanted to believe I was his lost daughter. Perhaps he needed hope. Years passed. By 25, I became his most trusted assistant. One night he said, "Arya, you are my daughter now. You are family." With no children of his own left, he entrusted me with his company. I worked tirelessly, studied every night, and by 28, became CEO. People called me Madam Arya. I was wealthy, powerful, and respected. But I never forgot the pangs of hunger, loneliness, and fear. I gave my workers fair salaries, helped the poor, and tried to make the world a little kinder. One winter evening, while driving my Range Rover through downtown Chicago, I noticed an old woman standing in the snow, her hands trembling, hair disheveled, begging for food. Something inside me ached. I stopped the car and handed her some money. She didn't even look up. The next evening, I saw her again. This time, she fell in front of my car. I ran to help her. I lifted her head, and my heart stopped. It was my mother. She did not recognize me. Her voice was weak. I whispered, "Do you have family?" She trembled. "I had a daughter, but I lost her." I looked into her eyes. "You didn't lose her. You sold her." Her face froze. Slowly, realization dawned, and her eyes widened with fear. "Arya," she whispered, tears streaming down her face. "I made a terrible mistake. I never forgot you. Please forgive me." Part of me wanted to scream. Another part whispered, "She is still your mother." I helped her to her feet. "Come with me," I said. She hesitated, disbelief in her eyes. Reporters arrived, capturing everything on camera. The story of our reunion spread across the city. The following morning, a security guard came to my office. "Ma'am, a man is outside. He says he is your father." I froze. Outside stood Harold, thin, weak, and trembling. He fell to his knees. "Forgive me," he whispered. "The man who had abandoned us, the man who broke my family." I didn't know if I could forgive him. Then I glanced at my mother, still crying beside me. I took a deep breath. I helped my father stand. "Come inside," I said. Everyone, guards, reporters, strangers, watched in astonishment. In that moment, it didn't matter how wealthy I had become. My power, my business, my cars. None of it compared to this. My real success was in my heart. Today, I live with 3 parents. The father who left, the mother who sold me, and the father who returned. We eat together, laugh together, and forgive each other. My pain did not win. Love did. Forgiveness is not weakness. It is freedom. I have learned to treasure family above all else. The city's lights, the snow, the bustling streets. None of it compares to the warmth of forgiveness, the joy of connection, and the strength of love that heals even the deepest wounds. If this story touched your heart, remember, love is stronger than pain.